Microsoft Office has provided the ability to share your data and your files with other people through the cloud since version 2013. Have you ever used the sharing features?
I have used the sharing features, but it just seemed a little clunky.
Okay. Well, one of the things that's great about 2019 is they have upgraded that, and it's a lot easier to work with. So first of all, I have this file here, and I'm going to share it with a coworker of mine. So I come up here into my title bar all the way to the right, and you'll notice I have the share button. So I'm going to click on share, and here it's going to pop up and give me the option of sending a link that people can edit. Notice it says anyone with this link can edit.
Okay.
If I click on the drop down, it can be anyone can edit it, people in my company, people with existing access, or I can specify people. Notice I have to choose the checkbox to allow editing. So I could share and they could just see it.
Okay.
So I'm going to click on anyone, that's where we were before, and choose apply. And now I have to tell it who I'm going to share it with. So I'm going to share it with a coworker named Aaron. So there's Aaron. And
okay, popped right up.
it popped right up because it knows him in my contacts. So I'll choose him. And then I can add a message because this is going to send an email to him with a link. Or I can just send this and the email link will already say, this file has been shared with you. So I'm just going to send. Now the file has been shared, so I'm going to close this. And what will happen is Aaron is going to get that email, and when Aaron goes in and accesses the file, I should begin to see information about him being present in the file here. It also will show me if he's editing. So let's see if Aaron is going to pick up on the file.
So the process is that we have our file open, we go ahead and share it with the individual and indicate whether they can edit or not.
Right.
If we do indicate that they can edit, then they can open up that file on their side and we can be working in that file at the same time?
We actually can. In fact, it says that Aaron is now editing. So if I'm online and working in this file, I will see Aaron moving around. If I'm on my desktop version of this, I will see where he has been. For example, I have the green outline here, and it looks like he's sitting here in cell F3. He also has made a change right here in cell F2 because I can see that he's changed this information here. So if I come up here, I will see whoever is in the document with me. And if I click on this button, it allows me to chat with whoever's currently editing the document. So I click here, a chat window pops up. It tells me there's 2 of us in here, and I can say hi. If Aaron sees this information, then he can respond back to me, so we can actually discuss the changes we're making in the file. And there we go, he said hello. So I have the information that he's doing, and we can make various changes. For example, maybe I know that the quantity here in New Jersey was really 13 and not 14, so I can make that change. Aaron can make changes over on his end. We can be talking about it. I can say that F2 isn't New Jersey. Do you know who it is? Let's say Aaron has access to certain information that I don't have access to. So he could look it up, he could make the change, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. I can just highlight different parts of it. Maybe if there's a certain section of the document that's his, I let him make those changes. You have to decide what works for the 2 of you or 3 of you, whoever the team is, as far as who's changing, who's commenting, and so forth. But we have given some information back and forth. A couple of changes have been made. I'm going to close my chat window and just show you that up here I have a version history. So I can click on this and you'll see that it can show me exactly what we've been doing all along. And I can go back and see the file, maybe go back to this change here. And if I click on that, then notice another window has popped up and it tells me this is a previous version. I can copy it to the version I have now. So if there was something about that version that we needed to hang on to, I can actually grab it back. I can restore it, or I can say, I don't need that and close this one because the original one that we were working in is still there. But I have that ability.
So one thing that I can see this would be really useful for is if we're in a situation where we have counterparts in New Zealand, and we're working on a project right now together. And it's really difficult for us to have a conversation back and forth. Here we could do this electronically so that maybe I could take my computer home and be at home because the time difference is so great, or vice versa.
Yes, exactly. The one thing you want to remember is that any file that you're sharing has to be saved either out on OneDrive or SharePoint or be in groups or teams.
So it can't be on my computer.
Not unless it's auto-saving up to your OneDrive.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not going to use this one. I'll just close it. Just wanted to show that to you. The other thing is I want to show you what happens when you have a file shared to you. So if somebody sent something to me, I can come over here to File, my Backstage View, and if I go down to Open, so there's something called Shared with Me.
I don't remember seeing that before.
I believe it's fairly new, so you probably haven't. However, one thing to keep in mind is a lot of the changes that we're seeing in Office 2019 have been updating in the online version of Office 365 ever since 2016 came out. So when 2019 comes out, if you purchase 2019, it will have everything that you could get on Office 365 up to this point.
Okay.
So here's Shared with Me, and there is a file that's a proposed outline that's been shared with me, so I can open it up. And here it is. And I can go in here and play around in the file and make changes. It looks like right now I must be the only person in the file. So Chip is not in there. He's the person who sent it to me. However, if I was to make a change in this file, Chip could later come in and see what I've done, and we could have a conversation back and forth. I'm going to close it right now because that's not a file I want to work on. But sharing allows us to do that teamwork while we're in different places. As you pointed out, we could be on different sides of the world and still be working through the share feature.
Now, when I go into Excel, is that someplace I should go to understand if somebody has sent me something?
A good question there. Remember when I shared with Erin at the beginning? You should get an email that will tell you a file has been shared with you, but you could also check that shared with me if you want to, but the email will be another alert for you.